Hey, what's up? It's Kayla here. Let me just make that sure that works. I'm here with PWC week number 2. Actually, I could just make this a breakdown. I can literally I'm gonna make this a breakdown. So, if you take a look, hold on, because I know my opponent is not gonna be ready. Side note, while I set this up, if you say that you are available from X time to Y time, and when I say, hey, is this time okay? Your next message should not be, well, I could try to make it work, but it might be closer to this time. That's a dick move. That was a very dick move. Do not do that. That is fucking bananas and fucking crazy. And that's what my opponent, I'm assuming, I said, hey, let's play at 11 a.m. They said 9 to 9 p.m. I was like, sure, let's do that. And they were like, well, I was thinking more of like 12 to 1, but we can make 11 work. And it's like, you're not going to. I know you're probably not going to. So it's just annoying. It's just a little frustrating to have an opponent like that. I have it up, I have it ready, so just in case they actually say, actually, I could play. I have that ready, but so let us do this. Sorry if you heard that. I don't think you did. I don't have desktop audio on. It is this one. Oh my god, you guys can see everything. No way. Okay, so there we go. So here is the team for PWC, and this is, I believe, the order I drafted them in. First, Brute Bonnet. I love Brute Bonnet. I think it's such a fun mon. I think it's a quirky mon. If you don't know PWC, the gimmick is you have one Terra Captain, and you have to bring that Terra Captain every single game. And before the match, you have to say what that Terra is. So, Brute Bonnet is mine. I didn't really know where to take this team, if I wanted to do Sun team or if I wanted to do whatever. And I'm glossing over moves. I feel like you guys kind of know what Brute Bonnet does. It's a breaker, wall, it can do a lot of different shit. And bait bug type moves. That is definitely something of note. Next, Great Tusk I felt like was just a natural pairing, mainly because this one does not want hazards. It does not want hazards up. I feel like that's where it really thrives. And as well as that, Tusk can just break the fires. It can break a lot of the types Root might struggle with, and it doesn't require Brute to Terra so that it can get out of a weakness or get out of something because something needs to be able to handle that. Great Tusk can usually handle that. So that is great. It also breaks steals, which is very nice for something like Brute, which kind of struggles with it. But it has rocks, it has spin, which is pretty notable. But Iron Crown is up next. It has a ton of, oh, and it gets rocks. This thing has Volt Switch, which is already amazing enough, but Steel Psychic is a very good defensive typing. It gets access to V shit, it gets access to Scarf specs, it can run weakness policies, so that's pretty much the standard Iron Crown shit. But again, I feel like it goes with this core. It also gives me my favorite core, the Fighting Dark Psychic core. Sorry for calling y'all dykes. But I love Iron Crown. I think this just meshes well. I want to be able to pivot, so that's kind of what my focus has become, which is why Primarina is my next Pokemon. It's a Water Fairy type, which is just, again, one of the best types in the game, so I can't really complain with that. The Preem is very nice because I can run AV sets, I can run Assault Vest sets, which is what I'm mentioning a lot of the sets I'm bringing today, but that's fine because I'm actually bringing these four to this match. But Preem can run kind of bulky sets, it can run Calm Mind sets. I've had banded sets before because of Priority Aqua Jet and Play Rough and Triple Axle. Preem is just a fun mon. It could do a lot of stuff. Flip Turn was huge for it in general, and I think it's just a really good mon. And it pairs well with everything. Glim is the next, which might seem out of left field. I already have a spinner, so like, where does this mon fit in? I see this more as a very good. I feel like Corrosion is probably the ability I use the most. I'm definitely gonna be running Toxic Spice stuff because that is just good, right? And it chips down shit for Brute Bonnet. That's why hazards are here. I want shit to be chipped for Brute. So I think that's really good. It has Mortal Spin, which is just, again, poison. I want things chipped. I need to reiterate that like a billion times. I want things chipped. And Glim just has good coverage. It has good moves, reflect screens, all that. By screens, oh no, it does have screens. So up next is Noivern. Noivern feeding into pivot. I want to be able to U-turn freely around shit. Also gets, I wish it get knocked, but it gets Air Slash, it gets Super Fang, it gets U-turn, Switcheroo, just a lot of Whirlwind, a lot of utility shit, but it can also, we've seen the Boom Burst sets, Throat Spray, Boom Burst, we have seen, oh, it also gets Detail, which is nice for the hazards. Defog for removal if I need it. Psychic Noise again, utility. Um, but Cerulege, Cerulege. I really think Cerulege is a weird fit, but it does fit the kind of hazards, right? I need hazards for Cerulege to break. I also am a fan of AV sets. I love AV, and this is not an item clause league, so I can run a ton of AV. Leftovers is fine, boots is fine. You can see flash fire, weak armor, it doesn't really matter between the two. Has disable, which is nice. Bulk up's nice. Honestly, I was considering it for the past game, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, Sarlaj, very interesting. I'm sure there's Endure Destiny Bond sets. Are there actually? Does this one get Endure? Maybe I run it because I'm scared of a Metagross coming this week. So, uh, next is Raikou. Raikou, I'm probably gonna actually trade off of this mon because it's not good. It's not a good mon. It has good stats and it has Scald and it has Volt Switch and it has tools, but I don't think it uses them pretty well. And 115 is just not strong, especially because it doesn't have good coverage. Bellybolt is just for me a better electric type for this team probably, so I might be transacting in it, but we'll see. Next, Iron Jug. I love Iron Jug. Knock off. I'm probably going to be running utility a lot on this mon because I just feel like that is just how it naturally fits, right? Wyvern doesn't come, Jug was going to come. For this match, I was thinking about bringing both of them as utility, but I ended up going with Glim instead, and you guys will see that, so I'm fine with saying all that. Um, But Jug just has a ton of coverage. You can U-turn, have it pivot, scarf, specs, life orb, whole shebang. It's offensive. It's a Jugulus. Next, Chesnaught. Are you not entertained? You can Rocky helmets, leftovers, kind of that shebang. Why here? It does dual up the fighting types, and I would say that, hey, I don't know about the fit, but it does give me a more bulky grass type so that I don't have to run Brute as the bulky grass type. However, I guess this week I am running a bulky Brute, but that's more of just matchup and Terras, so. But Chestnut gets spikes, it gets spiky shield, it gets a lot of tools, it gets belly drum and shit like that, and bulk up, and it has a ton of tools, it's a good mon, and not much to say really, so I'm not going to say much. And then lastly, we have one of my favorites, and that is Komala. Knockoff user with U-turn, with rapid spin, with wish. It just has a lot of tools that it can use, and if you don't expect it a week, it can literally just catch you off guard and get a ton of utility and shit like that. So that's my team. I hope I kept that. How short did I keep that? Only sub 10 minutes. That probably has to be the fastest one I've ever done. So quickly, I don't think these teams matter. I think I've played all these matches, so don't worry. So let's do week one. Week one was a bad week. Week one was not a good week. Brute was a loaded dice, leftovers, heavy duty boots, rocky helmet, black sludge, and AV. And you can see the sets on screen. It just wasn't good. I don't think it was a good matchup, but I think I also didn't bring good sets to this match because I just didn't have anything for Rotom. And I chickened out a lot with what I would do against Rotom, and it kind of frustrated me because there were times where I felt like I would have to make this play, and then they didn't make the play. And we talked after the match, and we understand the plays that they made, but didn't go well, and they 6 0'd me. So we don't need to harp on this. We don't need to talk about this too much. It's just a little unfortunate, but it was a annoying week, and I'm happy to have played that matchup and to have seen, hey, what are the bad stuff into my team and what I need to make transaction wise. I feel like these two games are going to be my worst matchups, or at least from what I can tell are my worst matchups. And my week two match, I will actually show that to you guys because we have the power of technology. Actually, yeah. So So here is my team for week two. Obviously haven't played yet. We are supposed to play at 11. What a surprise! It's 11:13 and my opponent didn't show up after saying, I can make that work. What did he say? I'd rather play at 12 to 1 p.m., but I could probs make 11 a.m. work. Then why say 9 to 9? Whatever. Enough said. I could literally eat lunch right now, and I can't do that because I don't know if my opponent will show up. So, but you can see the team on your. Actually, I should probably just do this one. You can see the team on your right. Actually, I should probably give you more space so that you can see it. But it's Terra Slowbro, which is annoying. It's an annoying mon. Um, Torrentee, Gouging Fire, Tinglu, Keldeo, Thunderous, Metagross, Shaman, Diancie, and then two Scrubs. No disrespect to them, but I don't think this one's coming, and I don't think you are coming, so pause. Maybe it does come for spin support and whatnot, but I just don't think it's a good mod to bring. I would not bring it at all. But enough said with that. I think that is pretty much like it. Matchup wise, what I'm terrified right now of is Metagross doing shit. It's why I had the bulky utility jug set because I was like, it has to run a psychic type move for Great Tusk. It has to do that. So that's one move. It usually runs Bullet Punch or Heavy Slam. Probably not Heavy Slam because of Tusk, because of Crown. I just think it's a weight thing, and even Chestnut. So I don't think it'll run Heavy Slam, but it could. The Bullet Punch is usually one of those options, and then a coverage move, whether that's Earthquake, which would hit Glim for 4 times. It would also hit Raikou for 2 times. I think, and it would hit Ceruledge for 2 times. I think it has to run EQ. I think it could also run a different coverage move. It doesn't have to, but I'm assuming it's running agility and 3 moves. That's what I'm assuming. If it runs a fourth move and it's just weakness policy, that's not too scary. It's really just the agility that's scaring me. And I feel like gouging plus Metagross is going to be really bad if those two come because I don't really have anything. Like this team, last second changes that were tailored just to Metagross. But I feel confident in the gouging matchups just because Brute Bonnet is just going to clear Smog and then Terra Blast, and it can't Burning Bulwark on it. Sucker Punch is also an option. It does 30-40 chip, and they can't Burning Bulwark on that move. So, and also against Metagross, this does 50 about. Sucker Punch max HP. Metagross. So I feel a lot more comfortable with this matchup, or a lot more comfortable with the Metagross. I just need Brute Bonnet alive, and the issue is Thunderous Therian. That's the other issue with this team. These two mons are like crippling for me because I don't have a good Thunderous Therian switch in. That was Iron Crown, but then I was like, I'm gonna run Shucka. Actually, there's still time because my opponent. Oh no, there isn't time because my opponent is doing what they're doing. So my team is locked in, right? So I can't actually. There actually isn't time. So let me go back to here. Right? There isn't enough time, which is cool, right? Oh wait, sorry, not this one. There isn't enough time. Yep, of course. So I can't even of course. No, that's cool. Hello, friends. I could. I should probably just switch it back. But I have Metal Burst because of ground type moves, not really from Tinglu, but from the Metagross. It never kills. If it's +2, it kills, but +2 is from a weakness policy, which I'm planning not to click. So, Parablast is 30, and EQ max does 20. I think it's like 21 or 22. It's not good. And that's Air Water. Obviously, Psychic Fangs is probably doing more. And I'm assuming it is bringing Psychic Fangs, so let me actually calc that to make sure. But from what I remember, it was not. It's probably, what, like 30 then? But even if it's 30, that's still a win because I have lefties, I have whatever. So it has to bring a steal. It probably has to bring a psychic move, and then it has to bring knock or EQ. So it has to be banded 4 attacks or it's weakness policy 3 attacks, so it can't bring either knock or EQ or a steel type move. And if any of that's the case, right? If it brings a psychic move, Tusk wins the matchup. If they don't bring a dark type move, Iron Crown wins the matchup, and Brute can deal with everything else. So oh my god, I feel better about this matchup. It's literally just going to be how fast can I deal with these? How fast can I deal with the regen mons? Because that is going to be the concern. I have rocks on Tusk. I would have liked to change that. I didn't really know what to put on it for its last move because it really only needs knock, headlong, and an ice type move for the not so fun flying and ground types. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't even run the right crown set because I was panicking. But this was last second. I was like, I need to be prepared for anything. And I need to make sure it can't win no matter what. So hopefully it doesn't. Why are we disconnecting now? What's going on? But the plan is lead Noivern, U-turn, or sorry, lead Noivern, taunt, Super Fang, U-turn that should still have taunt. I can then pivot into Preem. Preem can then pivot if it wants, but it also has Alluring Voice. This is for, again, weakness policy or agility, right? Because if I hit it while it agilities, that's great. Draining Kiss for obviously recovery, and it just looks amazing here. And then Ice Beam hits everything else. I could really say I'm in on like Shaman or anything because like I don't care. Well, I guess you guys can't see the calc, but like Shaman, if it's offensive Shaman, how much is that doing to my goat Primarina? It actually does a lot. If it's Life Orb, it does a lot. So maybe I still have the Noivern pivot. I'll always have the Noivern pivot. It probably is only running 3 attacks, whether that's EP, whether that's Dazzling Gleam. It's probably Seed Flare, Earth Power, Dazzling Gleam because that just hits my team pretty well. But even if that's the case, I can go Iron Crown, I could do shenanigans there, I can go Glim, get the Toxic off, and just die. There's a lot of shit I can do. So I'm not, again, too concerned. I feel like I have the Mons. Maybe I should bring a Banded Mon. Maybe I should bring a Scarf Mon. Who fucking cares? Because I don't have that choice now because my opponent has decided we are playing at 12 instead of 11. So that's cool. Um, but whatever. So I guess I will see you guys whenever we decide to battle. So peace for now. Hey, what's up? It's Kayla here. I'm back with PWC Week 2. We had to change plans, so it's a day later, and because of that, I got to make a lot of the changes that I said, and I got to switch around the team, and so we got a different team, but I just don't feel very confident, and I just feel like shit right now. I think I've just had migraines these past few days. I don't know where they're coming from, but they've just been hitting me hard, man. So I'm hoping I can power through, but no fucking promises. Let me ping the guy and make sure they are ready. His pronouns are he, him, pyro. So I'll use pyro. Dummy. I'm so tired. Ready when you are. But you guys definitely remember his team, and I definitely am struggling. I know it's the fucking Metagross, man. I'm just tired. I hope I win, but if I don't, I don't. I don't care, man. I gotta worry about school right now. So I need this match to be done so that I can just focus on school. Alright, alright. Let me get the sheets out. Sheets. Let me get you. Sorry. I'm just going through it. Okay. Get the notes. Alright, so yeah, so their team is slow, bro. This bullshit. Yeah, it's this bullshit. Alright. Hopefully we win. I'm not gonna worry about this, but so the new team, since I don't know how long Pyro is gonna take, let me get my. Oh, I guess we're going now. Cool. That is nice. I would like to go now. Sooner the better. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I need to get this out by today, brother. Today. I promised. I said I was gonna be better, and I literally have the other two videos ready. That's a lie. I only have one of them ready, but I have the thumbnails ready for all of them. I'm ready to edit two of them. So you guys will be seeing ASL's season 14 draft breakdown plus weeks 1 through 6. That's all in one, and then you'll see ASL week 7. So that will be two videos. You'll see the UBDL breakdown. That one is actually on time. We have not played any matches, so draft breakdown's going out for that. And then we'll have week 1 plus draft breakdown plus this. So this will all be one. And spoiler, you guys already made it this far, right? So, I know you guys. This is part of the video, so yeah, I don't need to talk about that. Searching now. All right. So good luck. Good luck to this guy. I'm not telling my terror captains. All right. Pyro. Alright, so that's about what I expected. No Ting Lu is pretty nice because that means that this set was useless, but I'm still leading it. So let me write this down. I literally was gonna have this already. Where are we? So let's make sure this is brought over here, and then it's Slowbro, G, Torn, T, Fund, T, Ansi, which is something I was warned about, Keldeo, of course, and then Shaman, of course. So not too surprising on their side of things. Sorry, his side of things. Jug, Preem, Cobal, I guess Crown, and so not too surprising. It's just unfortunate because the set I wanted is now not going to work, but I'm still going to use Jug as the same way. It's kind of just like a pivot mon, so turn 1, I don't think I have to U-turn then, or I don't think I have to taunt then. It depends on what they lead. If they lead Diancie, I'm probably just taunting on it. I don't want to get a rock sub anyways, so Rainbow is probably Diancie. Oh no, it's Keldeo. Oh my god, what's up, bestie? So this is a free air slash, which is why I'm gonna click knock on it for no reason. So I'm gonna just lock in knock. If they want to switch something, do it, but they probably should respect me. They probably should. I don't know why they led this. I have a Primarina just waiting, so hopefully whatever comes in we get a knock. Keldeo should never kill even if it's specs, so this should do about 50 and get my citrus. But this is I love this Cybergon set because it's very my alley. It has knock is okay, perfect. So knock is the move, and then it's air slash is there for in case of that. This is perfect. So we get rid of the item here. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. If it's like boots, that's fine. That's fine. We get to freely pivot, which is nice, though this could be setup, which is not as nice. That's not nice. But Cybergon putting in some big work, so we know that this is a boot set. That is really good to know because there are many, many Thunderous sets I was scared of. So it's probably Nasty Plot 3 attack. It could be Agility, Nasty Plot 2 attack. It could just be 4 moves. There's a lot of things it could be. So I'm just gonna get a U-turn. I outspeed, I know that, so and if I don't outspeed then that is an issue. But I have a free Iron Crown switch in right now, so perfect, so I'm faster. I know that. It's also chipped down. Kinda sucks because this is where I had Ledge also in my plans and I would have put it here, but I'm just gonna go Hue. Also, Volt Switch is free now, so that's perfect. So I can go you if you want to Volt. Discharge, that should be fine. Just no Para, please. Crit sucks, but well. So we can Future Sight now. So shout out Iger for showing me the set and being like, hey, you should totally run this. Because they don't have Tinglu. They did not bring Tinglu, which is crazy. I feel like Tinglu is such a good mon here. Uh, I don't, but I think it's just a decent mon in general, and I didn't think gouging would come, so I got that right. Metagross didn't come, so I wasted my time over that. So I'm glad I talked to someone about all of this so that I can figure it out because I had so much shit. They are Dark Pulse, as long as they don't flinch, man. Cool. So we get the Future Sight off. Perfect. So they can just sack this mon for reasons which I don't know. So they Dark Pulse there. I feel like this one is more expendable now because they really don't have a lot. So I'm just gonna go it. They can click whatever they want to click, but This just answers pretty well until everything that they want to bring, right? If they bring out Diancie, if they bring in Glow King, or not Glow King, but Slowbro Galar, I feel comfortable, and especially because I stayed in, especially because I have Scarf in the back, I feel so better about this now. So I just bring in Brute. If they want a Dark Pulse, they Dark Pulse. They could have U-turn, so. But we have lefties, so get owned. We could Terra Water, we could Sucker Punch and get more chip on it. I don't really think that's necessary, to be honest. They don't have too many switch-ins, so I'm just going to Terra Blast Water. If they want to predict that, they can predict it, but... So they're just going to switch probably into Cloudy. Is that the Diancie? That's you. That's you. Cool. So we're going to be able to get this off and get a lot of chip on this. We'll be able to see what its set will be. If it's knock, if it's supportive, you get that intel now. But we get to just click Terra Blast with this and get some damage, especially with the Future Sight in the back. So, does a clean 40, so we'll see if this is AV. It is not, so that is a kill for Iron Crown, and that was the biggest threat off the board, so that's huge. 0-1, Crown is 1-0. Nice shit, Crown. That's what I like to see. But that's huge. That was, to me, by far their biggest threat. Up there with Thundy, but Thundy can come in now for free. It just clicks a button, and I think I should live any attack, though, and they also don't really have a physical attacker, so I'm assuming, just based off how they brought things, Diancie's probably the physical attacker, and if that's the case, I feel fine. Morning, that's fine. That's fine. That's definitely fine. So, what do we go in? Oh, we go into this. So, they could D-Gleam. D-Gleam is a good mid-ground play. I don't think they will, but we just kind of chip on it. I also want to see if it's like, what kind of set it is, and if it's sub or Leech Seed, right? I want to see what that is. So, they are just Seed Flare. So, that's fine. That is less fine, but we still get a free U-turn. If they want to D-Gleam, I have a switch into that. They are just going to pivot, so good U-turn. Good U-turn. They bring in Sunset. Is that Galarian? Oh no, that's this. That's such a pretty mon. So we get U-turn. Cool. We get Chip. Not bulky, whatever set, so that's interesting. We can go into this guy for free. We can also go into you for free. And you are Hypervoice. I just want to make sure. But we'll go into you. This is pretty free now, so might as well, right? There's no reason not to. I probably should have future sighted there, but I think Tachyon's more important. I just want this mon dead, and I just don't want to think about it. Whereas if I future sight, I feel like, yes, I put some pressure on them, but I think the immediate damage is a little bit more tempting for me. I also need to know what that Shaman set is. This is not leftovers, by the way, so it could be a weakness policy or the Beery Berry or something, but they are going to switch. Probably, are they going to bring in Thundy again? They do? Does this dies, right? I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure this... Oh no, it just tanks it. Just tanked it. Okay. I could sack this one here. I think I'm probably going to. They're probably going to Dark Pulse. I don't really have a great follow-up after a Dark Pulse. I could pivot around and try something, but they should probably just discharge here. So I am going to Future Sight here. They are going to Dark Pulse, so I probably could have went my goats there, so... I think Nox should kill. That is unfortunate losing it, but I do have I have people in the back, so I'm not as concerned. I also get to go with this for free, but it does reveal I'm Scarf, which is not something I really want to show off yet. Also, that did just pick up a kill, so let's do that. Good job, Crown. So damage calc, please. Jug. First, Thunderous, Therian. What's that? I need this off. None. That's a roll. I don't want to risk the roll, so I think maybe I have to just go it. I don't want to. Sucker Punch is obviously an option, but I think I just have to go this, right? And if they want to U-turn, they want to do something, they can do it. Is there any play I can maybe call out? Oh no, they were in the red. Oh, I threw that. I threw that one. I could Sludge Wave here. Sludge Wave is pretty free. That gives them not a lot of switch-ins, to be honest. If they're thinking a Rock-type move comes out, they still don't really have switch-ins, so maybe Sludge Wave is just the play. Okay, they switch. So we made a mid-ground, so hopefully they went Keldeo perfect. So that's going to get a lot of chip, and we could probably two-shot it, depending on, obviously, the set, if it's Scarf or not. I don't really want to take the scarf risk, so I'm just gonna go the mon I designed this around. So that's really good though. That's really good. If they flip turn here, that might be problematic, but I also take every single shot from Thunderous, so I'm not too worried. They do just surf. We can flip turn here for free. They don't really have good switch-ins. I don't want them going Shaman for free. That would be problematic, so I think they just did. Oh no, they went Cloaking. So that seems very AV then, the way they brought it out and everything. So I'm gonna go to Juggy because Juggy has just been very annoying for them. They don't really have a good counter. So I'm gonna go Jug. And it doesn't really matter if they try and kill me here or what they do or if they're whatever, if they're quick draw, quick claw. But we get a free knock on something, which is just really nice, right? Even if they go Thundy, they give it up and they give up by far their best two mons, so I'm not too mad at that. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. So I think I'm playing a lot better. And I think that's just because, first off, I think this is a very good matchup in my favor. They are going to tear. I thought this was a very good matchup in my favor. I can in my head a lot about it, though. So that's why I, like, do stupid stuff. They do Terra Water. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I was just being stupid about it, so I'm glad I can... They were AV. They were AV Terra Water. Ice Beam is fine. I should live this with ease. Get the Citrus back. And then I can just switch out. Bring in something else in. I could air slash too. That is something to consider. I don't know if I should though. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense to be honest, especially with what they have remaining. I don't know if giving this mon up is that good or what. So I'm just gonna U-turn here. I'm gonna U-turn here. If they want to pivot, they can pivot. But I get a nice knock on it, and that is huge. Jug is just playing really well, and here Iger was telling me to put more moves on it. I think this set is just very good. I think Taunt could have gotten replaced, but this one is just very good this matchup. So fortunately losing Crown is kind of big because my best answers, I don't really have good answers for this anymore. But I can just go you because you're faster and you're not going to click electric type move for no reason. Yeah, you're just going to click this, predicting the other guy to come in. So we get lefties. They're probably going to switch back out if I had to guess, so I'm probably just going to click Terra Blast. No reason not to. There's not a lot of good options, so I'm just going to click Terra Blast. They're going to switch. That's not too surprising. And if they go Keldeo, I always have an answer for it. They go Morning, which is Shaman, so we're going to get some chip on Shaman, which is nice, so I can see now what this thing is, if it's something to be concerned about, or if it's like a lefty set, or what. It's not lefties. It's not lefties. That is good to know. That is very good to know. I need this one for Diancie. I think I still haven't seen what Diancie is yet. So I'm just going to go back out to Juggy. It's a little bit of a safe play, but they don't really have a good answer for Jug yet. Or they haven't really shown one. I just need one air slash, right? That is kind of what I'm looking for. They double. They double into who? Back into this. I don't like that double, but I guess we get to know now if this is Scarf, because we should outspeed this no matter what, or it should be a speed tie no matter what, and they wouldn't risk it otherwise, so we get a free little air slash here. I could have knocked. Knock is definitely another play, but they are Scarf. You don't risk that otherwise, but we do live because of EVs. Max HP, baby. So Jug is going to pick up a kill. Huge kill for Jug. Jug is just cutting in some big work right now, so very proud of Jug. But Keldeo goes down, which is nice. They don't really have a good answer right now, so if this mon goes down, I'm going to have a tough time killing Shaman. I'm just not going to worry about that yet. Sunset comes in. I just want to sack it, to be honest, so I'm just going to click knock on it. Or I'm going to click taunt so he can't set up rocks. I'm going to click taunt. I'm going to click taunt. I feel like it could be some annoying set, so I'd rather just click taunt and see what it's going to do. If it sets up Trick Room, that could be an issue. If it sets up rocks, that might be an issue for late game. I think taunt is just a good play. Even if I die here, I think it's fine. Because I go down. Yep, perfect. They were set up. So, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. So, I think that was a good play. See, I told you! This mon is so good this matchup. So good. So incredibly good. So we're going to knock off the weakness policy. You were definitely weakness policy. Moonblast, that's fine. We get Cybergon down, but dog. Dog, dog, dog. I am very happy with the performance so far. Everyone that's gone to kill has died, so... Rebonnet, it's your time. But Moonblast is good to know. Moonblast is very good to know. I think I'm gonna mid ground here just because that Shaman is very annoying right now. So I'm gonna Ice Beam here, predicting the Shaman, hoping it's the Shaman really. If it's not the Shaman, that might be an issue, but they are gonna probably switch to the Shaman, which is super nice. Super, super nice. Twilight is, oh, it's this, you little jerk. You're not the right guy. I am so sorry. I am incredibly sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what do I go now? I can set up rocks here. Knock is not the greatest. I could go you. I think flip turn is fine. I think draining kiss is probably the best play you can make. Okay. This doesn't really wall it unless it's physical, but we've seen it special, so hopefully they unthaw. They're not going to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'll Ice Beam here. Maybe they try and just preserve and they go Shaman. They're thinking, so they're not exactly ruling that out. So they are going to. So we caught that one, which is nice. They go back to Sunset. So we actually did not catch that one. We did not catch that one. I Ice Beamed here. I thought maybe they would. Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. I don't know why they want this. This does nothing to me. I don't really care for it. You look very physical. You're just making a lot of doubles now. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Twilight, unfortunate. Well, no, because this is just you, so that's fine. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna keep draining kissing then. There's no reason not to. Because like, even if it thaws, I don't think side shell armor is doing enough. So I'm fine with risking this mon for a bit. So it's just gonna keep thawed. I could hyper voice here predicting. I will do that. So we did catch. If they go back to Diancie, we did catch that. Now they go into Shaman. Oh my god. So I just misplayed the hell out of that one. But I'm still full health. So I feel relatively okay about the prospects of the situation. I actually don't have a lot for this Shaman. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I sack here. And so I can get this bad boy in. Because they don't really have anything for that either. They have Diancie still alive. Torntee's down. Glowking's frozen. Lenny alive, but it's dead pretty much. Keldio's gone. So yeah, I'm fine with just sacking this mon here. Or at the very least sacking somebody to get in that guy. So maybe we just bring you in. They are just making crazy doubles. They are trying their best. So I can't exactly be mad. So they bring in Twilight, which is the Glow King. Or whatever it's called. I forget. They're really trying to unfreeze it, so I can't exactly be too mad. But we get some nice lefties now. And we can... I'm just gonna go Tusk. There's really no reason to risk this mon, but if they're just gonna keep doing these games, I'm just gonna try and get as much as I can up before it's too late. So they are just gonna keep playing these weird games where they try and get more recovery. Morning is Shaman. I am really fine with just trying to 1v1 this mon, to be honest. If I can knock off the item, I feel a lot more comfortable in this game. So they are just synthesis. So they are bulky. I'm assuming this is going to be Rocky Helmet then. They're a bulky Shaman, so that's interesting. They just let me have this. So they are bulky, so that's really good intel to know. So Seedflyer probably just kills, which is fine. That is not too concerning. I don't really have any great switch-ins, obviously, so maybe it is just sack here. I'm just gonna sack here. I think getting in Shaman is 1-0, Tusk 0-1, but that's fine. I'm gonna go this. I'm assuming Sludge Wave is gonna kill. I am modest. They don't have Spadef. I feel like this mon should clean from now on, or at the very least do a lot of damage to everybody. Especially if they go Diancie here, I think that's game. I think that's game. They have to sack here, and I brought this out very scarf, so maybe they respect it, maybe they don't. But they don't have Keldeo, so they don't have speed control. Thunny's been knocked. Diancie would be speed control, but that shit is done, especially with the guy in the back. They are just gonna switch. They're probably gonna sack goats. They sack this guy. That's fine. So Glim is gonna get its first. Finally, its first, I should say. But Thundy is gonna go down. So who do you go? Who do you go? Do you just go Diancie here? I think Diancie should be the play, but if that's the play, what are we doing? If Diancie's the play, then I think we are screwed. But if they go anybody else but Diancie, I feel like we're kind of fine. We're kind of fine. What about Slowbro? Slowbro, Galar. This is Slowbro Galar. So I want to calc this, make sure I'm not killing myself. That's Brute Bonnet. That's Brute Bonnet. Gomora, Sludge Wave. This is Terra Water. Sludge Wave does 68 max, so we can't click that button. Again, we're just going to go back to you. And we can keep clicking Draining Kiss and trying to little its health. And finally thawed. Oh my god. It is going to click Surf, which should do minimal damage. We're vested, so this is doing nothing. We get a free Drain Kiss on something, though. They don't really have good switch-ins at this point. And we just need Chip. We just need Chip on this Mon at this point. Brute is something to consider going, but I'm not going to go that. Acid Spray. And it's crit. Been pretty unlucky with those, huh? I'm going to go back to you. I don't know what you click, and I don't really want to find out if it's Shell. If it's Shell, that's fine, but I don't want to give it any leeway. I don't want to sack anything, so if they predict that, they predict it, but I don't really want to give anything away, so I'm going to taunt, and then I'm probably going to synthesis, or not synthesis, I'm probably going to sucker it. So finally thawed. Maybe I didn't take full advantage, I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to get a nice switch. Maybe I should have flipped. I probably should have just flipped, honestly. I think that was a throw by me, but we're going to get this guy in. They just shell side. So I don't want them to. That's unfortunate, but they have clicked lots of buttons. They've clicked lots of buttons on me. I'm not appreciating that. I'm gonna hope that they just grow a little bit because they should go Shaman here. So I'm gonna just go into the funny guy and hope that hey, maybe if they do it again, we get it's contact, so we get T-spikes up, which would be just instrumental. I mean, that would just be huge. They do just double, so that's perfect. So depending on who they go, we get a free little thing. They go Morning, which is, I believe, the Shaman. That is perfect. We're going to get a huge chip, and we might just win from here. They have to sack. So that is big. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you heard that. That's big. That's big. We got that double right. So now it's just a tough oh my god, it's just a tough end game of getting prediction. Sorry, it's also a tough enunciation game. Sources tell me on this one. So they're forced to switch. It doesn't really matter who they go. I think if they go back into this. So that's a throw. This is a two-shot. So that's a huge throw. We can just click it again. We can lock it in. We don't need to worry about anything because now they're forced to do it again, and now they're giving something away. They're giving something away. They get two-shotted. That's a fact. They are getting two-shot. Whoever comes in is getting two-shotted. So we get the poison, which is cool, but not really necessary. So that's cool. So Glim is gonna get two. Glim is gonna get two. Okay. Okay. Doesn't really matter that it poisons. Twilight comes back in, which is this little goober. I need this one still, so I think I just go U. I click Sucker, or I click Clear Smog, or something like that. And I should be chilling. I should be chilling for now. But Acid Spray is good tech. Acid Spray is pretty good tech. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I was Spore. If I was Spore, I'd be clicking it now, but obviously that's not the case. They're just gonna surf here, which is the right play. Not gonna really predict now, so that's fine. We can get some recovery going. Do I think they'll go Shaman? That is certainly a question. That's on my mind. Certainly on my mind. I feel like Sucker's so free, though. I'm gonna click Sucker. If they go Shaman, though, that's just a Sludge Wave. We can sack now. We now have enough mons to sack, so I'm fine with liking some of these plays like this, because I know that I'm probably gonna win that end game. So we're gonna get the Sucker off. It did nothing. Holy shit, it did nothing. Holy crap, man. So we get the lefties. I think we should live. But we did chip this shit in range. So now they have to go. We just go. It doesn't really matter, honestly, who we go into. We can Ice Beam here. Ice Beam is super free. Holy, Ice Beam is actually super free. Ice Beam is super free. Or a flip turn. Or a flip turn. Ice Beam or flip turn is super free. Oh man, do I just click that? Do I just click that? Energy Ball is the play, right? Energy Ball is for sure the play. I'm gonna go you. I'm gonna go you. I'm gonna Draining Kiss. And you might be thinking, that was an awful play. However, I didn't ask. I'm actually just gonna flip turn. I'm actually just gonna flip turn because now I forced them into a tough decision. That is all I wanted to do. I could have Ice Beam there. I could have done whatever. I think I made the right play, obviously. I think I made the right play. Shit. No shit. So now we can Sludge Wave and pick up a kill, and this should be end. This should be end game. We should win. Sludge Wave is obviously going to kill, or at least it should kill. So that is huge, man. That is just huge. Huge, huge, huge. 0-1. Silver got 1. Shaman got 1. Death. So this comes back out. This comes back out. How much does Sludge Wave do? 68. So this should... I should just Sludge Wave then. I should Sludge Wave twice. Maybe I live the surf. I doubt I do, but we'll just Sludge Wave twice and call it a day. Call it a day. Maybe this goes. Nope. Nope. I'm goated with the 6. I'm goated with the 6. I'm goated. I'm goated. Good shit, Glim. Good shit. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh my god. That was so stressful. That was so stressful. Primarina didn't die. Congrats. Whoops. Congrats. Congrats. GG's. GG's. I'll post that. Oh my goodness, man. I am so glad. I told you guys I felt like I had the better matchup. I just kind of overthought it, and I'm very glad I got the extra day just because I was studying and whatnot. No, no, no. Not unlucky. I swear to God. If you're saying unlucky because you got hacked, that's fucking hilarious. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Have that's he just whatever. I hope you have a great one. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're happy as well that I won. But have a great one and peace.